Oh my God. Talk about a move out of nowhere. So the Mavericks and Houston Rockets have made a deal to send Christian Wood to the Dallas Mavericks, and the Mavericks are sending back Boban Marjanovic, Sterling Brown, Trey Burke, Marquise Chris, and the 26th pick to the Rockets for Christian Wood. This trade came out of absolutely nowhere. I was at the gym and I looked on my phone when I got home and I didn't believe it. I was like, what? And then I looked at the tweet and I was like, they're getting back this for Christian Wood? Like, this is very, I don't know. It's a bit confusing because Christian Wood has long been on the trade block for the Rockets since like almost as soon as they got him, he was kind of like, they can send him away for a good package of young players or whatever. And since James Harden left, the Rockets as a whole have been really bad, and they're like a super young team. They have Jalen Green going into the second year, second pick last year. They have KPJ. They have Alperen Sengun at the forward spot as well. They have Jayshawn Tate as well. So they have like a good core of young people. And Christian Wood is a bit older. I believe he's 26 or 27, and he's on a larger contract. He has one more year left, I believe, next year, like 17 million or something like that. So, it was he was kind of on the trading block because the Rockets want to move into a younger direction, but there have been so many packages for Christian Wood where they're like trading really good players, and this is literally like nothing. Like Boban Marjanovic does not play for the Mavericks. Sterling Brown, Trey Burke, Marquise Chris, none of them play for the Mavericks. Like none they didn't get any playing time. They're not that good, and none of them are like young. None of them have potential or anything. Boban is like super old guy. Marquise Chris is kind of a bust. Trey Burke, Sterling Brown, they're not young either. So like this trade is literally Christian Wood for the number 26 pick. And the Rockets already have like, what is it, like the 7th pick or something in this draft? Yeah. No, they don't. That's Portland. But they have like a pretty high pick anyway, I believe. I'm so stupid. They have the 3rd overall pick. I completely forgot. And with the 3rd overall pick, they're very likely to get Paolo Banchero, another forward 6'10 guy, or maybe Chet Holmgren or Jabari Smith Jr., both of which are like center slash power forwards. And Christian Wood also plays power forward. So in that sense, they're getting rid of his contract for the next year, clearing up some cap. The 3rd overall pick, which will likely be Paulo Banchero, also plays the same position. And Christian Wood is a bit older. So it makes sense that they're going younger in this direction. And, the 26th pick, that's something. That's still a first round pick. It's not very high, but, it's something. But for Christian Wood, who has been rumored for like the past year in different trades, I remember like people trading real players for him. This is literally like nothing plus the 26th pick. It is literally a 26th pick for Christian Wood from the Mavericks. And I don't know. I guess it makes sense for the Rockets. Just like you're clearing up cap, you're getting rid of a slightly older player for a younger player that will take his positional minutes and you know whatnot. But like all of him for just the 26th pick, I don't know, man. It's not enough. I don't know. To give you some idea, this was a Bleacher Report article where they were saying Christian Wood would get traded to the Warriors for James Wiseman and Moses Moody. Now, James Wiseman is a interesting, weird player. He was a 2nd overall pick 2 years ago. He has barely played basketball. In his first year, he was not very good because integrating into the Warriors system is pretty difficult. And I don't believe he's played at all this past year because of injuries. And he's doing some more injury, like health stuff this upcoming offseason. So he's like a big unknown, but he's still a 2nd overall pick. He's still a valuable player, especially for like the Rockets in this scenario before they have the third pick, he would be like their big guy for the future. And Moses Moody was like the 14th overall pick in last year's draft, I believe. And, he hasn't gotten much playing time, but he's also a young player. So, like, this is kind of the caliber of trades that were going around for Christian Wood, like some young players, because the Rockets are a young team looking to rebuild. And, they want young players. And as you can see, Boban Marjanovic, none of these guys are young players with potential at all. They basically just traded the 26th pick for Christian Wood. Maybe they have a guy they really like at the 26th spot, but I don't know. I feel like they could have gotten more value for this. And for the Mavericks side, this is a really good trade. Like, I don't care what you say. None of those players were playing playoff minutes at all. They were barely playing regular minutes this season. And the 26th overall pick, for the Mavericks, they just made it to the conference finals. Luka is amazing. They still have Jalen Brunson. Hopefully they'll re-sign him. Spencer Dinwiddie has been pretty good for them as well. And like, they were really good at getting rid of Porzingis' contract. And, they've been struggling. They don't really have a big guy. And now somewhat Christian Wood is not much of a center. He's more of a power forward, 6'10". But, he's had his past season, he had like a down season, but I would say most of that is because he had to share the ball more with Jalen Green and whatnot. So he averaged like 17 and 10 rebounds this year, but he's like a pretty decent shooter. He's like 39% from 3, which is pretty decent. He doesn't shoot a lot of volume, but he is a pick and a pop option for Luka. He is pretty good defensively and somewhat versatile defensively. And I feel like for the Mavericks, this is like, I would do this trade 100 million times out of 100 million times, because you gave up basically nothing, plus a 26 overall pick, which I would rather have Christian Wood, who is like a more of an established player, who what you can get from him, than whatever young player you can get at the 26 overall pick that you'll have to grow and develop and whatnot. So, and this is like the first of whatever trades Dallas could do. They could technically still do a sign-in trade with Jalen Brunson. I don't think they should trade him away, but, maybe if the asking price is too much, they could consider it. But now they have Christian Wood. He's not a definite number 2 beside Luka, but he's like a pretty decent option for what you traded away, which is a bag of nothing and the 26th overall pick. So Mavericks are making moves. They're capitalizing off this postseason run to the Western Conference Finals. I don't think Christian Wood is the game changer. They're going to make the finals next year, whatever. There's obviously still more moves to make. For Dallas, they should still look for a real center, but Christian Wood is basically kind of a better version of Maxi Kleber. Not to discredit Maxi Kleber, but they both can play the small ball role. I believe Maxi Kleber is a better 3-point shooter, but, you have another one now. Maybe you can run both of them at the 4 and the 5 for like a somewhat small, kind of large, small ball lineup. Luka, Brunson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Christian Wood, Maxi Kleber type lineup. Something like that, 5 out like that again. I don't know, man. For what they gave up, this is a really, really good trade for the Mavericks. And for the Rockets, I guess it makes sense, but I feel like they could have gotten something better. Maybe Christian Wood's value is that bad that they got him for basically nothing. I don't know. I assumed it would be a bit more. He didn't have the best season this year, but he's been on a losing team. They were one of the worst teams of the year last year. So I don't know, man. Not a blockbuster trade, but a very interesting trade to happen right now, and I'm very excited for the rest of the postseason. Postseason and offseason to get more trades.